It may not have shown, but the reason was the chain came off the bar. So they're sending up the next chainsaw, and the climber up there, he's pulling it up. He has to lift that chainsaw. He's lifting that chainsaw to him with the rope. And this guy taking the bar off, he's going to work on fixing that chain on that chainsaw. Well, this guy is up here getting ready to do his next bit of work. Really, this is just proof of how teamwork gets the job done. Could you imagine if you were up in that tree and that happened to you and you had nobody on the ground to send you another saw? You heard it breaking, and here comes the snow from the sawdust. Here comes the top of the tree. I'm going to back up a little bit just to be safe. You can't imagine how big that top of that tree is. That's at least 30 feet. That gives you an idea if you see how much bigger that is than the house. And there he is, up there, safe and sound. Sends the crane back up with the choker for the next piece. They're lowering the crane. Right now it's 84 feet in the air. You can tell by the markings on the side of the boom. He's up there tying that choker off. You really do have to know what you're doing when you do this kind of work. Those trees can turn and break and hurt you very badly if you're not careful and you don't know what you're doing. Okay, so the climber's coming down from where he tied that up. He's going to come down to where he wants to make his next cut. He's going to slide down. Still way up there. If I had to guess, I'd say he's about 45, 50 feet above the ground at the moment. Put his safety harness on, he's going to cut it. The whole idea is for him to take off the top part with the branches next. So that's what he's going to cut. Got to secure himself up properly. Before you can make that cut. And what he's doing right now is he's tying himself there. He's going to move some of these logs out of the way. Tree branches, you take them over and put them in the trailer or just get them out of the way. Get the logs first, put the branches in. the rope. And here he goes. He's going to cut that tree. And away it goes. Lift it off. Still way higher than the house if you can. Can't even see the house at the moment. There comes the house into view. Look how big that tree is. That's probably every bit of 18, 20 feet long. Maybe 2 inches in diameter. And there's our climber up there. Cleared that branch of the wire, of the electric wires to the house. And here he is laying it down. Unbelievable. Wish you all could see this in person. These guys really are doing a great job. This guy is just up there waiting. All he can do is wait for this crane to get back to him. Woo! Can you tell how much pressure's on that? He has to send the choker back up. If they're going to take down the rest of that log, the choker has to go back up. There it goes. Up to our climber. Matias Tree debris was left by a different company, not Matias. Give you a little different view here, folks. As he wraps the choker. He's latched himself safely onto that train too, by the way, if you look. Just to the right of the ball. There he is, adjusting things the way he needs them. Now he can climb down. Woo, look at that. He's going to climb down here. He's still slightly above the power lines to the house. It's all hanging by that line up there from the crane. Down here, it's got a safety rope around them there. I'm probably not using the right words, but whatever they call it. If you don't get it, the hard part is done. Which I think you get. Whoop. Whoop. There's his rope. He'll pull it back up. Pull it out of the crane. He's pulling it back up. He'll secure himself again around the tree. Those headphones, now you can see he's securing himself. Two ropes. Now for the cut. How high up that tree goes above it. And that's what they're going to take down. That's a pretty heavy piece of tree mat. Imagine that, dangling from that steel cable. There we go. I'll watch them cut this. Operator pulls it a little to his hand. Huge log hanging overhead. That crane is 77 feet in the air right now, if you can read the numbers on the side of the crane. The next number is 80 something. So that's probably 75 feet in the air. And there we go. Looks like he's going to have to use the crane to pull the choker. It's probably bound up on something on the ground. So we untied the choker. They'll hook the crane to it and they'll pull it out from underneath the log. See how it lifted the log? You know the story. Choker goes over to the climber again. Now, there's a car right below that tree. Goes trying to drag that log out of the way of the drop. They can cut it up when they're done. Tree climbers over here getting ready to put the choker on. They're talking on their radios. Again, he hooks his rope up for his safety because he has to shoot down that tree. So he'll tie the choker on. Hooking it to the crane, put some tension on it, and now he'll slide down the tree to where he wants to cut it. I'm not really sure what's going on here. They're tying the one tree to the other. I guess they don't want it to slide out and hit either the crane or the car. Here's my neighbor coming to look at what they've been doing. That's his car, his family's car, whatever. That Mustang. And there it goes. And they kept it from hitting the crane, and they keep it from hitting the car. Now they're going to lift it over top of the wires, put it over here where they can cut it up. Even that piece is taller than the house. Woo! They'll pull the base that way and they'll lay the top down this way. That would be the plan, my guess. You put the weight down and then you can extend the crane further. That's a lot of weight. The further out you extend that crane, the less weight it can do. So you put the weight closest to you first. And it's down. Pulling the crane back in. The booms are going in. That's a broken water meter cover from the water meter over there when that big oak fell on top of it. He's going to pick up that whole thing with that machine. I'm betting it's too heavy, but it may not be. They know more than I. I would cut it. There he is, lifting a log, put it in the trailer. wouldn't do it, but it's working. A pretty good sized lot, folks, for that little machine. Going to bring it up. I'll probably use that grappler to load it. Load it from the side and drop it on the trailer. Good thinking. Shows you what I know. I didn't think about that. It's in there. Charlie, I have it all on video for you.
We got it. We got it going on.
They got that dam. That whole thing hanging over there, they got a dam. Whew. You've got to be smiling because that thing was giving everybody nightmares, wasn't it? That tree? Whew. I love how they loaded in the back of the trailer.
Yeah, I said I was getting before this guy here. I had to go out the front door and take some kids out there this morning.
Okay.
Well, they get caught in that traffic out there. I take some out to I drive the school bus. I have special needs kids.
Yeah, I gotta get out of his way.
Yeah. And I have special needs kids.
So you had to take care of the kids first before you could take care of yourself this morning.
Yeah. I had always been special needs kids.
Well, thank you for taking care of our kids.
Oh, yeah. I gotta go back and do the rest of my day. Well, this thing was going, you know. That traffic's so bad, I can put going. People coming and going. It's all in it. Sit up, I think, that's how I'm going to get it.
up the whole tree. I thought when I hired them to do my house, they'd bring a chipper and chip it. It's way better to do this because you don't have that noise the whole time.
Get ahead and do my paperwork.
All right.
I appreciate you recommending it.
No problem.
My son, I'm gonna bring it over here. He gonna use it too. So I get in contact with you. Like you come out here.
All right. Thank you, Charlie. Oops, that's a neighbor. Let's go this way. I'd say that tree was rotted. Trying to get underneath it. Here comes the L28. today.